Donald Trump, you dare to touch Burkina Faso. You dare to touch South Africa. You dare to touch our African continent. We will destroy you if you try to destroy us. We will destroy you if you try to destroy Africa. Get fuck out from Africa now. Ibrahim Traore is not alone. We are South African. We are standing firmly with him.
Yo, what is this I'm hearing about how France and the US want to arrest Ibrahim Traore? And now we have a leader who's doing what no bumpercluck cowardice African leader has done. And you want to arrest him on what charges?
Our country has long been in a very complicated system. Either we accept to fight or we remain slaves forever. I told you once, there are those who are slaves in their minds. They can only serve their master. And those people try every time to manipulate you.
The Burkina Faso army alleged that all the conspirators, everybody involved in the planning of this coup, are all based in the neighboring country, Ivory Coast. I know you already know that.
Donald Trump, you dare to touch Burkina Faso. You dare to touch South Africa. You dare to touch our African continent. American empire has fallen into pieces around the world. We will destroy you if you try to destroy us. We will destroy you if you try to destroy Africa. We will destabilize your country if you try to destabilize Africa. Enough is enough now. Get fuck out from Africa now. You have no say in our continent. Ibrahim Traore is not alone. We are South African. We are standing firmly with him. Just because you got power, you can come destabilize our continent. Get fuck out from South Africa now. Get fuck out from Africa right now. Get fuck out from Burkina Faso.
Yo, what is this I'm hearing about how France and the US want to arrest Ibrahim Traore? Are you taking the piss? Like this man didn't kick France out of his country. Like this man didn't open up 2 tomato processing plants. Like this man didn't make medical healthcare free for all, no matter what your status is. And recently, over the last couple of days, made education free up until uni. And the dirty, stinking colonizers want to arrest him. Are we supposed to act like France didn't have its hands around Burkina Faso's throat for how long? And now we have a leader who's doing what no bumpercluck cowardice African leader has done. And you want to arrest him on what charges? Listen, as a black people, if there's one thing we can all unite around the globe, it's because of this man, you understand? And he needs to be protected, all costs, spiritually, physically, mentally. He needs to be protected by every single one of us. They already tried to take his life 19 times, yeah? And it's clearly going up. So I suggest you start praying for this man, praying for his life, praying for his family, praying for his country. And to all of you cowardice African leaders, yeah, if they try and step to Traore, you need to prove yourselves and try and protect him. Send military, send resources, send everything you can to make sure that he protects his country. That's what you should do. But we know how it goes already with you African leaders. You rather fatten up your pockets rather than look after your people. Some of you don't even deserve to be leaders, because if you're not even putting your life on the line for your people, for your country, what the hell are you doing trying to run it? You see how Ibrahim done it? And it only took him 18 bumpercluck months. Yeah? And some of you have been leaders for over 20 years. Your people should spit in your face for the way you leaders left them high and dry and living in poverty and fattening up the pockets of the West. So come on, cowards. Show us what the heart of a lion is. Show us if you can live up to Ibrahim. Show us that you can rise to the occasion. Give us something, anything, to be proud of.
Our country has long been in a very complicated system. Most of you who are young like me, we were born into this system. But that's not what can allow Burkina to thrive. Because in this situation, there are only two cases. Either we accept to fight, or we remain slaves forever. I told you once, there are those who are slaves in their minds. They can only serve their master. And those people try every time to manipulate you. You must advise each other. Because every situation can be exploited by these enemies of the nation to try to discourage you, to demotivate you. So, you must advise each other and not pay attention to certain remarks, even on some media. Not everyone is obliged to be patriotic. You are the first patriots. You have decided to defend the homeland. There is nothing better than that. Those who want to support you, let them support you. Those who want to discourage you through writings, you must close your ears and move forward. As for those, we will fight them here. So, we must remember something. Recently, there is a so-called NGO. It's not even an NGO. Because NGO stands for non-governmental organization. They are not non-governmental because they are funded by a federal budget, by a state. This so-called NGO produces reports claiming that the FDS and the VDP commit abuses. It went in here, it came out there. It's to tarnish your morale. It's to scare you, to prevent you from being able to fight. No. Moreover, we are going to file a complaint against this NGO because people need to understand something. What is happening to us here? It's true that they have manipulated part of our populations in the Sahel here, but they didn't have that kind of weaponry. What brought such significant weaponry into their ranks? It's Libya. Who destroyed Libya? It's this NGO, the same NGO that made false reports and gave them to those who wanted to create a rebellion so that people would intervene and overthrow Gaddafi. And the powder keg ended up being poured into the Sahel. These millions of lives that have been taken in the Sahel, we must file a complaint against this NGO because it is responsible for these false reports it made to support this thesis of attacking Libya. They have no moral lessons to give us. Look at the world. Let them go defend human rights all over the world first before coming here. We are fortunate to have similar situations. In this world, you voluntarily committed yourselves. There are countries where people are forcibly taken, killed. You leave or you die. Others, even while trying to flee, end up dying. They don't talk about human rights because these people see us as subhumans. They see us as slaves. That's how it is in their minds. They have never changed their mindset, but it's up to us to show them that we are not slaves and we will never accept this state of affairs. So don't be fooled by the stories. They tell to anyone who will listen. You must stay focused on your fight. Stay focused. We know what we are doing. And even now, the VTP commander told me that there is a human rights training session underway for group leaders and their deputies. If we make efforts, we know it's for ourselves. We no longer do things to please someone else. We do it for our homeland. And you are committed to that. Defend your homeland. Do not listen to those individuals. They should not affect your morale. In the history of the world, there have been wars. And during the Second World War, people organized themselves to defend all over the place. But there is a country that could not defend itself, which had to come and take our ancestors to go defend them. And today that same country wants to give us lessons. The pot calling the kettle black. No. You are the descendants of those same ancestors who went to defend others, who liberated the world from Nazism. Today you are fighting for your lands. These same individuals dare to create terms to tarnish you. We oppose this. We will never agree. Continue to defend your lands. It is your wealth that interests these people. It's our gold, it's our minerals that interest them. Otherwise, why come and drive out entire villages to seize our lands? So we will fight and we will reclaim our lands, our wealth. It belongs to us. It's for us. It will benefit us and our children. I therefore encourage you to remember that this war is to free us from slavery. It's for our independence. And you must keep your spirits high, stay strong. Never give in to manipulators, to those individuals who no longer understand the notion of homeland, or to those people who come from outside to try to subdue us through their terms they invented and their organizations they created to enslave us. Fight, move forward, do everything you can. Draw, as I said, from your cultural resources, from what you have been shaped by since the village. Draw from it and wage this war. Stay focused and stay strong.
The security situation in Burkina Faso, as of today, the 23rd of April 2025, had become a top priority for Ibrahim Traore's government after the alleged coup that was supposed to take place on him a couple of days ago. Well, the coup that was stopped, luckily stopped by the security services. I just received some fresh update. But to be honest with you, there is nothing too new in this update that I've just received than what we already know. But they are beginning to touch on fine, little important details. And I'm going to discuss that with you in this very short video. The Burkina Faso army alleged that all the conspirators, everybody involved in the planning of this coup, are all based in the neighboring country, Ivory Coast. I know you already know that. They've got their names, they've got their identities, but the specific, the aim of their plan at large is not yet known. But we know they were trying to delete Ibrahim Traore, cause mayhem and confusion within the country, and allow France to come in from the back door. We know that. So how did we get here? Why are they trying so hard? Why are they paying so much money to assassinate Ibrahim Traore, or to get Burkina Faso back under the control of Western organization? Why is that? Let me tell you the reason why very briefly. You see, Ibrahim Traore took over the country's presidency, and he had shifted away from the traditional ties from France, and he is now seeking more close alliance with Russia, something which Ivory Coast seems to have a problem with. Ivory Coast did not like the idea that Burkina Faso is now becoming so close and friendly with Russia. That is a fact. If you didn't know that, go and look it up. And they want Burkina Faso to reinstate the control of France back in the country, because Ivory Coast themselves are currently under the full control and relationship with France and the West. That is the only reason why they are able to penetrate, to come closer to Burkina Faso, because Ivory Coast is the weakest link. Ivory Coast is the shorter route for them to go into Burkina Faso. So now you get the story. Ibrahim Traore shifted away from the West, moving toward Russia, because he understands what these people give and take. He doesn't want that for his people any longer. He's now moving toward Russia, seeking a close tie and a close alliance with Russia. But the West don't like that. France doesn't like that. Ivory Coast doesn't like that, because hey, Ivory Coast is already under the control of France and the West. So you see what the problem is. The Burkina Faso security minister, Mamadou Sana, said the coup attempt was led by both former and current soldiers collaborating with terrorist leader in Ivory Coast. You heard that? That is what Mamadou Sana said, the Burkina Faso security minister. He said the coup was planned by both current and former, soldiers, former military personnel collaborating with terrorists in the neighboring country. They are collaborating with terrorist leader in Ivory Coast. The goal of the plot was to attack the presidential palace last week with the intention of showing or causing total mayhem within the country and placing the country under supervision of international organization. France, that was the aim. The aim was to take out Ibrahim Traore. Possibly anybody that is loyal to him will be deleted as well. And then with the arms shipment that was received from France, all the weapon, gun, bombs, ammunition, everything you can imagine that could be used in the war front, apparently was in that ship that was sent to Ivory Coast by France to be sent to Burkina Faso when they've taken out Ibrahim Traore. But thank goodness they failed. God was ahead of them and they failed big time. So they wanted to attack the presidential palace, cause mayhem, start chaos in the country, and then allow international organization to come in as, you know what they call it, humanitarian, you know what they do it, and then they'll start squeezing the life out of the ordinary people. They'll start spreading their tentacles back into the natural resources. What is France's interest in Burkina Faso? Why can they not leave Burkina Faso alone? Why can they not leave Africa alone? They colonized the country, we know that. But what is it this time? Why are they coming back to try to colonize the country again in the 20th century? This marks the latest in series of attempted assassination of Ibrahim Traore. Apparently, he had escaped about 10 times. They've tried to eliminate him. And there have been a lot of militant attack across the country, being sponsored and controlled by foreign organization, foreign interest coming through from Ivory Coast. According to Sana, he said the plotter had, attempted to enlist the support of Burkinabe religious and traditional leader as well in order to sway army officers to back the coup. They actually tried to get the attention of Burkinabe religion and traditional leaders. They tried to enlist them. They tried to buy them. Because from the report I heard, they were paying people as much as $5 million US each just to get you on their side. Get the religious leader and the traditional leader so that they can start preaching and start going in the head of the ordinary people, those that believe in all this foreign religion, so that they can get more support for the coup to happen in a very uniform way. God. Let me continue. The plan involved an assault on the presidency home on Wednesday, 16th of April 2025, with a group of soldiers recruited by Burkina Faso adversary, Burkina Faso's enemy. They've already paid and got in the head of a few military officers with money, and they brought them through from Ivory Coast. They are well equipped, ready to get the go for them to carry out their operation. But thank God, thank goodness, God was ahead of them. Sana confirmed that the masterminder behind this plot to delete Ibrahim Traore is located outside the country, specifically Ivory Coast, Côte d'Ivoire. In other words, how are we going to resolve this problem? Why have these people refused to understand? Why have they refused to... You know what? The comment section is open. Let me know what you guys think.